A is for asteroid, B is for blue giant, and C is for comet.
Welcome to the ABC podcast, where a few good space travelers get... No, oh wait, I'm going to start again. Welcome to the ABC podcast, where a few astronauts get together...
Space travelers.
to assemble an alphabet from a pointless topic. I'm your host, Anderson Carman.
I'm your second option, Laura Carman.
I'm still here.
Ian's just dead to the podcast.
I've been in the closet this whole time.
We feed you rations every
exactly.
so
Yeah, I'd be like,
What's your name?
Ian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Today's alphabet, space.
Ugh.
I'm afraid of space. Theme song.
Space is literally the most boring thing in the whole world.
Love.
Ah,
I don't know about
we're
that.
out of this world.
No.
I guess there's no way to see me whip.
Or nay-nay.
Or nay, really.
You just have to say it. Whip.
Whip. You know, we have like a little
Just
whip
itty bitty
sound.
whip.
You know. Yeet, or every time I say yeet.
Yeah. When
be
Ian
understood.
says yeet, you can imagine him whipping.
Yeah, it'll be understood. Now that you know what I look like, nor should you.
Well, they do because of the picture of you hugging Winnie the Pooh on Instagram.
No.
You hugged my Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, it's behind you.
Hi, Winnie
Sometimes,
the
like, I'll just, you know.
He's so comfortable.
Yeah, he is pretty cozy.
Anyways,
He's super
A is for.
A is for Aurora Borealis.
classic.
Not astronaut.
Okay.
Not even astral.
Proud of
But
you.
Aurora Borealis.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Well, you could say it's lit.
Ah!
No.
Yeet. No, just for all the listeners out there. Dude, it's pretty sweet looking, dude. I wish I've never seen it. Like, one of my goals is to go out and see it.
Couldn't we see it from Norway? Or
We're not going to Norway.
dang it, we're going.
But we
No,
cannot see
Amsterdam's in Norway.
it. No, it's in the Netherlands, sweetheart.
Oh, it's in the Netherlands.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's in the Netherlands. Crap.
Was that on purpose?
No.
No,
Oh,
he just
my
doesn't know
No,
geography.
I'm just stupid.
We will not be able to see it, sweetheart.
We should go sometime.
Well,
It'll be
yes.
really cold.
That's on our bucket list.
Okay.
You know this. Yeah,
So-
it's pretty cool.
And apparently, what is it? It's just like certain kind of like radio, like light waves hitting the atmosphere.
Something like that.
And if it's like cold
cool.
and it's a certain time of year, then, you know. So you can actually predict it, you know. So like there's like all these apps that I have, just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know.
There's like 12 apps you can even
Exactly, you know.
Oh, there's a really good one happening right now in Alaska.
So my goal is to drive out to Canada or Alaska. Realistically, Alaska.
Do you have to drive? Could you fly?
I mean, I could, but I wouldn't, you know. So,
I mean, that's
so that guy. So yeah, Aurora Borealis.
I'm always impressed when, if you've ever played like the license plate game, when
Yeah.
you're trying to find all the license plates on cars from all the states. When you see in Alaska, you're like, holy crap, they drove down. Like Hawaii, you're like, they got, I don't know why, but they brought a car from Hawaii.
Yeah.
But Alaska, you're like, dang, they drove a long way.
Is that one of the ones that your grandmother has trouble finding in Hilton Head?
Yeah, she always plays that game and she always
Every
wins.
month, she plays that game.
Like
So,
once
like-
a month, like
Yeah.
as a
No, like
ritual?
during the month, she'll try to collect all the license plates
She's like got this book that's
Oh.
just like got a checklist of all of them, and she just,
of all the states, and this is what you do, like when you're retired on Hilton Head, and when you're the sweetest grandmother ever.
yeah. And it's a vacation, so like it's a vacation place.
Like destination.
So
Yeah.
of course everybody from every state's coming.
She
there.
gets like 47 or 48 every month.
It's pretty good, man.
It's
Yeah.
But
impressive.
Alaska and Hawaii probably.
I don't think those are the most uncommon ones, actually.
Would it be
We
like
were talking to her.
another state with like a lot of beaches, like Florida? I feel like why would you go to Hilton Head if you live in Destin?
Well, I think it's just
true.
gonna be something like
Yeah.
Midwest where there's just not a lot of people.
Like
And then
Wyoming.
also they're not-
Nobody lives in Wyoming.
Well, and also they're not very high income, I can't imagine, so they're not like making these big vacations.
It's true.
What if you're like in Idaho and like your closest beach is in California?
Yeah.
See, like
You're gonna need to have family in.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I
then
don't
you'd have
know
to
how
go to
those people-
California.
Dude, I know that's the
Yeah.
thing.
It's terrible.
Like you gotta.
So all our California listeners,
Just
just
stop.
secede.
Just-
Get out. No, I'm kidding. We love you guys.
Oh, our second listening city, or our second top listening city moved. It's not Chicago anymore. Now it's Denver, Colorado.
Oh my goodness.
Woo,
All you
Colorado!
potheads out there.
Yes.
Shout out, dude.
Dude,
Keep
I
on
bet
blazing.
this is a good podcast for potheads.
I'll bet.
Yeah?
Because
Because, we're kind of scatterbrained.
yeah.
And they're like, dude, what about the Aurora Borealis?
Dude, Logan's an idiot, bro. We love you, Logan. If you're listening.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, I know.
Just like
We
you,
can
Ian.
move on. B is for black hole.
Okay.
Now, I when I hear black hole, I also think of wormhole. Like, those are synonymous to me.
When you said black hole, it just made me think of a butthole just pulling air into it really, really hard. And people being like, no!
Laura!
Trying to run away.
I'm trying to figure out if I have to edit that, how I'm going to.
So it makes you think of a wormhole.
Yeah. Black hole. So black hole's like the opposite of a sun.
It's a former sun.
So instead of pushing energy out, it's just pulling energy in infinitely.
Ooh.
Well, not infinitely. Maybe. I don't know.
But a sun also pulls the things in because it keeps them in orbit.
Well,
It's-
yeah,
it's
there's a
about-
certain amount of gravitational, but like all the energy, like the heat and light
The
is
energy is
going
going
out. But
Well-
a black hole does the opposite, where it pulls things in, but then also
So what is it? Is it
it's just
a
it's
hole? It's
absence.
just nothing?
It's absence.
That is
That's
so weird.
That's what's so creepy about it. That's what we don't know about it.
What I thought it was is that, like, it's a super tiny point that has a whole ton of mass. Because it's like a whole star collapses into, like, a super tiny point.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, it has so much gravity that, like, not even light can get through it. Because that's the thing is that, like, a sun has a lot of gravity, but it's not so much gravity that, like, light can't
It doesn't.
escape.
It won't like bend
Yeah.
light or anything.
Whereas a black hole, because it has just so much gravity, it just sucks everything in. Like, and that's the thing is, like, what happens when it gets there?
Yeah.
No one knows. Well, actually, what happens is that you go into a huge continuum where the only thing that unites you
Is love.
is love. Oh, dude, that is so beautiful.
That's true.
Love is the answer.
Dude, don't let me leave,
Dude,
Murph.
the bit where they actually go into the singularity and Anne Hathaway reaches out and plays with the jelly substance, and you're like, oh,
Pretty great.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember that part.
it's good.
Apparently, it kind of changed.
She has hand coitus with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh no! I think I could have gone my whole life without hearing you say that phrase.
I mean, you know, jelly like substance. Yeah, you know.
No, good movie though.
Great
Good
movie.
I think I fell asleep both times I saw it, but it was really good.
We should watch it again. Would you like
It's
to?
a long movie.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It's good though. It's like
That scene where the space station, it's Interstellar, by the way. The space station is spinning and they're trying to line up. That is so
oh,
intense.
that's tense.
So
I
good.
do love the soundtrack to that. All
Oh,
that
yeah. The
organ.
whole soundtrack is like on the back.
Yeah, it's a good time.
When my brother and I first saw it, he had like a concussion, and so he had to like take some kind of not like a narcotic, but it was like some kind of like opioid like painkiller.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Dude, I accidentally just took tons of them." So he went and saw it and was like, "I think we're actually gonna die." He was like, humanity's actually
I'm in
just
space. If you
screwed.
saw it on IMAX, he's like,
Oh yeah, it was like we saw it in the theaters. He was like, "Oh, well, there we go."
Dude, that
So-
movie was trippy enough, even if you
I-
aren't
exactly,
like, tripped
like,
out.
sober, you know. Jack cried.
Aw,
Sweet
what a
Jack.
sweetheart.
C is for
Captain Planet. That relates to space, right?
there you go. Okay, who's Captain Planet? Love?
We were not allowed to watch Captain Planet as children. Because my dad was like, oh, all that liberal propaganda, saving the earth, blah, blah, blah. You guys don't need to watch this. Like, oh my goodness. It was pretty funny.
Never mind that like early commandment by God to take care of the
You
earth.
call my dad a heretic?
A
Yeah.
A heretic.
No.
Heard it
yeah,
here first?
yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Hear
Mr.
that?
Carman.
Hear that?
Heard it here first? Not Mr. Carman.
Henry.
Sorry.
My
Mr.
name's
Henry, you're probably Catholic. Okay. No, not to our Catholic listeners. You guys are great. We love you.
No,
Say hi to Francis for me. My boy.
so yeah, that was a show that I didn't watch.
I wasn't allowed to watch it
Fun
either.
fact. Why weren't you allowed to watch it?
Cause he was blue and it looked scary.
Really?
No,
Were you allowed?
I wasn't interested. It just sounded dumb.
Oh,
Like,
I
what
was
does he
only
do?
interested because we weren't allowed to.
Here's the thing with that show is the like villains in that are not like they're useless villains. Like they're not even like we're gonna make the next new car and this car just happens to have terrible emissions. It's we're just gonna dump all of this nuclear waste into a pond.
Oh wait, was that the plot every time?
Pretty much. Like there was just
Oh.
like these they were idiot anti-environmentalists who were just like, oh no, all this sludge, we're just gonna pour this on your babies.
I
Like,
just remember
it wasn't ever like casual.
it wasn't ever like I'm going to do something productive but also destroy things.
I have a great joke, but it's very political.
Okay.
They'll say, that just sounds like Republicans. Sorry to our Republican listeners. We love you guys. We appreciate your listenership, but, slow hanging fruit.
I just love that like all the people actually had cool powers except for the one kid that was like heart. I was like, bro, you got the shaft.
What were all their...
Everybody else was like earth, wind, fire, water, heart. I was like, bro, your powers combined. I am Captain Planet. Captain Planet. Yeah.
But didn't they morphed into him?
I think the rings just like made him appear, kind of. I don't think they morphed into him. I think that they were still there.
I thought that all the children combined into him.
That is real creepy.
Yeah,
Is
sort
that
of like
what happened?
Voltron, but as another sentient being. Love, it's your letter. You're in charge of this.
Alright.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Tense.
D is for
dark matter.
Oh.
Yeah. What
Okay.
is it?
dark
I don't know.
and material.
Is that what's
Is
in a
it?
black hole?
Or is it antimatter?
No, it's
'Cause
dark
it's-
matter, you idiot.
No, I thought it was called like dark matter because it's like no one really knows what it does, and apparently if dark matter and matter touch, like it's like
Wait, stop. Then that no.
No,
Because everything is matter. So
Maybe.
if dark matter exists, then it is by default touching matter.
what if
Maybe.
it's in space?
Space confuses me.
Anderson,
Just
you don't
That's
know.
what I'm talking about.
this idea of a vacuum,
Yeah.
because right now we were in atmosphere.
Yeah.
In theory, what if the Earth's atmosphere was kind of like water for fishes, where we could just kind of like move up in and down in the atmosphere? Space, this idea of literally just it's not.
That's how fishes feel before we slaughter them.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
What if we took I just
You
like
got it?
silently burped. We took like a big bunch of water and took it out into space, so it's just like staying together, and we put some
What?
fish in there.
What?
Have an aquarium, a bubble aquarium.
It'd be so cold.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
they'd
the outside
freeze.
would freeze, and then that keeps it
No,
solid.
it would all freeze.
Put them in a hamster ball.
It would freeze solid.
You could have like some heaters fly around it.
What if just on the
That'd be
space
so cool.
station they took a goldfish like in a little baggie, and then they just opened the baggie, and so now the goldfish is just like
But don't they have?
you could
gravity on the
separate
space station?
separate it into two bubbles of water, and then like throw the fish in between.
And the fish
How
would be
would you
like,
stop-
"Oh, I'm gonna die!"
How would you stop the fish? You'd like throw and be like, oh, and then it would just like shoot out the airlock.
Clunk.
It's like, there it
Just
goes.
hits the wall.
Yeah. But dude, dark matter, I don't get it.
No, nobody
I don't
does.
know what's happening there. Antimatter.
No, we can't comprehend that kind of
you can't.
stuff.
It's really weird. I do love. Well, because I wonder if it does actually exist, or if that really is just a scientist being like, well, we know that matter exists, so there must be an opposite. So he's just sort of like theorizing about it, and then he finds like examples or whatever of how it could
Wait, so
exist.
is that what's in a black hole or no?
No, I don't think so.
Because black hole is just intense matter, but this is like
Yeah.
absence of matter.
Yeah,
So this is like what a black hole leaves behind.
maybe because apparently what the number I keep on hearing is that like 80% of the universe is like dark matter, just
What?
like something this mysterious ether stuff. I don't know, man.
Okay.
So
That's bizarre.
So yeah, in the comments, guys, what is dark matter?
Yeah, let us know.
Who is dark matter?
What?
If we have any
Educate us.
astrophysicists out there, one, why are you listening to this? Because I'm sure you have better things to do.
Maybe astrophysicists need friends too. Need a laugh.
Need some
Maybe they're
online
people
friends.
too. Hey,
What?
Hey,
Okay.
You want to laugh?
Okay. What?
I barely know her.
Laughter? It doesn't matter.
E is for eclipse.
oh, nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Did you guys see the eclipse?
We
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I'm not going to say where the eclipse was because our location is a secret.
Okay.
It's well documented
No
at
one-
this point. We actually, this is
It
back
was
when
kind of a big step in our relationship. I'm not gonna lie.
well, because we were dating,
Me
and
and Anderson, by the way. Let's
yeah,
be
you and
clear.
Anderson
Yes.
were dating. Yes.
Clear the
yes,
record.
me and Ian, we were
Yeah.
dating. No, Laura
Jack's anger.
and I were dating, and we her family had already like planned this whole trip for the eclipse.
It was gonna be like a family reunion.
Yeah, and my family had planned a trip for the eclipse separately.
But
And
it didn't include Anderson.
It didn't really include me. Like, I was invited informally as a member of my own family, but like I didn't have really plans to go there. But then Laura and I were dating, and as it got closer, Laura was like telling me that she's going to go to this trip and stuff. And eventually I just told her, I was like, "Hey, can I come with you?"
He was like the only, well, no, you and Heather's boyfriend, Chris. But Heather and Chris have been together for like years and years, so no, maybe not. But anyways, Heather and Chris are like adults, so it felt more real for them. But other than him, like, Anderson was the only, like, non-family member there. And he's, like, meeting, like, all my aunts and uncles, like, my cousins. And this is, like, the Henry side, which is, like, the massive, like, loud side. And, like, it was pretty funny. But then we saw the eclipse together. And I really thought he was going to kiss me for the first time, and he didn't, because he sucks. I was so expecting a kiss that day.
I don't know if I'd do that either. If I'm like your whole family be like,
Well-
no, get this, y'all.
Well, this was the thing, is if I was going to do that, I needed to kiss you, like, during the eclipse.
Yes.
But we're standing outside with everybody around us.
Yeah,
And, like,
the
looking
atmosphere
at it.
ended up not being.
Honestly, like, and looking at it, I'd be like, hey, what's that? Like,
Yeah, but
stop
then
touching me, you know?
like he kind of had to top the eclipse for like first kiss, which is
Yeah.
like pressure, you know.
Did I?
I mean, I guess
I don't want it.
Thanks, love.
I don't want to
he
hear
put
it.
a pizza on my counter, and then that's not an innuendo. It sounds like it is, but it's not.
He dressed up like a pizza delivery guy.
Don't,
Anyway.
And then he kissed me on a random normal day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good.
surprised her.
Time. He did.
It was good. But yeah, so the eclipse, crazy. What
Gorgeous.
it was insane because we were kind of up on a hill when we saw
Yeah.
it, so you could kind of look out on the horizon and see the edge of the moon's shadow,
Oh, it's
All the way around.
which
It
was
so cool.
just ridiculous. And so there was like a purple ring all the way around us.
And you
And
can
it-
kind of see like the clouds changing color and like a weird, because it's not quite like night. It's
Yeah.
like this weird gray
No, it's this
twilight.
weird twilight.
very weird.
Yeah.
Well, and it was hot that day.
Yeah,
But
well,
as the sun kept getting more and more covered, it got cooler and cooler and cooler. It was really
it
cool.
was weird, man. And then like there was
was
a
very
dog
eerie.
nearby that was like, "What the? What's happening?" Yeah, like freaking out. It was just.
Well, and,
We
like,
had like the night insects come out and stuff.
Oh, really?
Like,
Oh,
we had
dude,
some like
you could like
crickets,
hear
but-
it get louder
Yeah,
and louder
that's so-
once the eclipse was once it was the full eclipse.
Yeah.
And then once it like passed over and it wasn't the full eclipse anymore, all of it went back to normal. And it was like, woo!
Well, the crazy thing is, like, 99% of an eclipse, you still can't look at it. Like, it's just nothing. And then
too bright.
suddenly, it's like, click, like,
Yeah.
boom, and,
Take off your
you're like,
glasses, you're
whoa,
good.
it's just there.
Well,
like,
it's weird. Like the way it looks is like surreal. Like there's
Yeah.
not words to describe.
yeah,
It's
That's
indescribable.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was so
crazy.
cool to see.
Can you imagine like being a peasant
Oh, man.
and seeing
Dude,
that?
if
It'd
you
be
wouldn't
like,
predict
Flipped.
that?
I would have
Oh, yeah.
flipped
It
out.
was so
also
eerie.
because you wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to see it moving in front. Like,
Yeah.
only now do we have the technology to
You'd
be able to look
feel
at
it. But you'd be
But
like,
you might just think
"Ah,
it's like a
that's
cloud
kinda
or
cool,"
something. Like,
But then like your dog starts freaking out and like it looks like it's evening and you're like, okay, this is weird. And then suddenly like the sun is gone. It's like, well, we tried, but Western civilization it's over. You know,
That's it. That's
it's a
it.
good run, but God's
That's
going
it.
back. You know.
all right, we'll meet here next Tuesday.
I was gonna go sit on my farm and do nothing. God's clearly coming back. You know?
That was a warning.
Bye.
End of days.
Pretty much. Yeah, that'd be scary.
Yeah.
F is for.
Okay, my F is kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
Go for it.
But F is for the Force. Because you said that I could say anything from Star Wars or anything else because those are related to space.
So not full moon.
Oh, F is for full moon. Today I Google searched outer space and went on Wikipedia and looked at all the hyperlinks and just looked for words that began with the letters.
Dude, the elite move for this podcast. If anyone else is thinking about doing a podcast like this, please turn it off.
If you want to
right now.
steal our idea.
Yeah, we will sue you into tomorrow. No, we won't. Well, can we?
Yes, we have a giant legal
Yeah,
team,
dude, we
all
have-
the funds in the world.
Great lawyers. So go ahead and try. We want you to. But anyway, the elite move is just Google space words, alphabetical order.
Heck yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
That's
I
trouble.
literally have a vocabulary site. It's like meant for crossword puzzle menu
Yeah.
that I
Oh
just
my
go
goodness,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
you're cheating.
Yeah.
You've been cheating this whole
But then I
time.
do like research on my things,
So,
except for the eclipse.
so the
apparently.
force, what if
okay.
relativity is not a thing, and the sun exerts the force on all of us all the time?
So here's the thing, though. Because of the nature of gravity,
Yeah,
what is gravity?
that's the question.
Because gravity is spooky.
The
Gravity's
force is the force.
Maybe
You
it
guys,
What if there's a celestial being using the force at all times?
like pushing us down on Earth.
Yeah.
So Yoda's up on the moon,
Yes.
and he's
Balling.
like,
He's not on the
These-
moon. The moon's way too
Shh.
small for him. He's like hanging out on Jupiter.
he's small, love.
Well, yeah, Yoda's too small for this task. It's like a big.
Okay, so
It's
there's
like that Lego Yoda.
Yoga.
Yoga. yeah, that's the one.
now I'm just
Lego
imagining
yoga.
Yoda doing yoga.
Doesn't he kind of already do yoga?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't seem like the limber type. Now I'm just imagining him in all these. I gotta do that drawing.
Yoga pants?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yoda and yoga pants.
Doing hot yoga. in
Oh,
Mont
no.
Park. Oh.
He's just sweating profusely out of his ears.
Have you
He's
guys-
like hairy ears, just like way down.
Have you guys seen that? It's so dumb. I hate describing vines on the podcast because it's, it can't even begin to equal the original. The one where there's like a bunch of people doing yoga, and the instructor's like, now just let out all that energy. And one of the people behind her is in a Grinch costume. And she says that, and he goes, ah! And just starts like, screaming, and the guy's like, what? It's like my favorite vine ever.
because everyone in there's like, all right, that's their process. I'll just let them do that. Nope.
Ah! Oh, so good.
Okay. All right. Sort of related to the force. Let's
Okay.
think about the tides in relation to the moon.
The force.
That is incredible to me. The fact that
Yeah.
the water on Earth, like
Responds to.
the most thing on Earth, water,
Mhm.
covers 70% of us
Yeah.
people,
Mhm.
is moved by the moon.
Well, technically the Earth is as well, not just the water.
What?
It's just more imperceptible on the Earth. You can only see it in the water because it'll actually move.
That's insane.
Technically, the Earth ever so slightly bulges towards the moon at all times.
Wait, what?
Yes, because the moon exerts a gravitational pull on the Earth.
Okay. So, like, it's spinning like this, but, like, it's kind of doing, like, a little...
It's not even that it's moving, it's just that the Earth is like... That wasn't a very good description. You could see my
like it. It
hands,
makes
they didn't
sense.
really help describe it,
Makes
but...
It's useless.
All right, force. Good job, love. proud of you.
Sure.
G is for...
Well, so I was about to do gravity.
Okay,
We just
well,
kinda talked
okay.
about
We
gravity.
kind of talked about
I
gravity.
mean,
So I'm going to go ahead and say galaxy.
oh.
Okay,
solid.
so what... So, we have our solar system.
Yes.
That's the sun to, I guess, Pluto. Whether or not... We'll get into that debate later.
Bless him. I just love the underdog. Literally.
And then that is in a galaxy? The next step up from solar system is galaxy?
I think the next step up is star cluster. And then I think it's galaxy.
And then universe.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, this is galaxy cluster. Because there's like little clusters of galaxies.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
too.
What? That
I
is so
think,
big.
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend.
Have you ever seen one of those things where it, like, zooms out from the Earth, like, a bunch of
No.
times?
Yeah,
Dude.
Google Maps. I love
But
it.
there's a,
But-
but there's a point at which it just doesn't
So-
like matter anymore. Like there's a point at which you've already ceased to comprehend how big it is.
Well, and I'm wondering, how do we actually, like, I imagine it's similar to how we visualize, like, atoms and stuff, where we have, I forget the name of the model, but the model that we have for an atom looks nothing like how an atom looks.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
the best way of
Like thinking about it.
like visualizing it for the human brain.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's got to be how space works, too. Like, we have these models, and it's as close as we can get, but we don't really have a clue. Because we don't have a camera that's all the way out there taking a picture of Earth from
But
10 light years away.
the scientists, you guys, astronauts are the actual OGs because they're so good at like math and physics and all that crap. Like they know where the things are based on like imperceptible changes in the way things are moving. So they're saying, okay, based on what I know about this should move that way. Oh, it's not moving that way. There must be another body over here causing it to move that way. Like, that's how they know where all these things are.
There's this really interesting story. This has to do with philosophy of science.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, how do you know
I'm
anything?
here for
Wow,
this.
okay.
So there's a story I was going to do it for N, but I was like, I don't have N. But, so, when, okay, no, I'm sorry, I just had that down. So you have it, okay, so in the 19th century, so they're using the Newtonian physics instead of relativity.
Classic.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how they're measuring the movement of heavenly bodies.
Yes.
And they were doing some math, and they realized, dude, freaking Uranus.
Oh, that was dirty.
Yeah.
That was filthy.
Uranus. That's a lot tamer than I could have said. They're like, dude,
We'll get to that.
this thing's orbit is really weird. Like, what's up with that? And they kind of realized that, like, dude, either Newtonian physics is totally stupidly wrong, or something else is happening. So one dude was like, you know what? I don't think Newtonian physics is wrong. I think there's another planet out there.
Huh.
And so he speculated about the existence of Neptune before it was ever observed.
That is so crazy.
It's crazy. And then guess what? He was dead right.
That is so cool.
So it's the kind of thing of like, how
they do it.
How do we know what's true? And it's all about models. So like, it's like, how do you explain the evidence?
What
you know?
What was the day like when he actually like took a picture of Neptune and he was like, yes!
It's like, there we go.
Did he ever take the picture? Or did
I
somebody
wonder.
else do it?
Oh, maybe it didn't come for years.
I think he might have been dead. That was like another 50 or 60 years.
No, we'll
so,
pretend
you know.
that he took out like his
really
little
wanted
Kodak camera. A couple years later,
You know.
like one of those disposable cameras.
He like puts it up, like the lens up to the telescope, and then he has to run it away to Rite Aid and get it
Gets it
processed.
developed, you know. It's like
Wow.
philosophy of science, you know. It's an interesting question.
That's awesome.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
H is for Halley's Comet.
Okay.
Okay, so it passes the Earth every 75 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
When did it last come?
Was it in the 90s?
It was in the 80s.
Oh, good.
Wait.
We'll only be like.
No, it's in the 90s. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
so
crap.
it's next perihelion. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Uh,
Do you know what that means?
it's I'm trying to figure out what peri is. It
Probably means passes
It
the
means
sun.
near.
near like passing near the sun. So the next time
Passing near the sun.
its next perihelion is scheduled for July 28th, 2061.
Ugh, we're gonna be so old.
We're gonna be old,
That's
but
like-
you know what? Technology's gonna be so good, we'll definitely be able to see it.
And we'll be so old that we'll have all the time in the world to just look at it all day.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll
yeah.
be like our one activity. We'll
I'm
like go
so-
on the porch with our Afghans on our laps.
So I don't think our parents probably didn't see the last one.
Well, our
Wait,
parents were too busy like parenting to see the last one, probably.
Yeah, I guess mine were in their 20s ish.
How old were your parents when you were born?
I know that they were born in the 60s. That's all I know. I don't know how
Oh,
old they
your
are.
parents are babies.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so precious. My parents were like mid-40s.
Okay.
Like born in the mid-40s.
No, born in 1950
Oh,
and
yeah.
1954. So,
So practically.
practically.
So that's kind of this is my bucket list. I wanna
Okay.
see that Halley's Comet
With me.
Yeah, with you,
Okay.
of course.
That has to be before I die.
Yeah.
Was that the one where people tried to, where there was a cult that tried to get
Oh, yeah.
taken up? Was that or was that Hale Bop?
I think
There's
that's
two
Hale
I don't know
Bob.
about that
No,
one.
that's
Hale
Hale
Bob?
Bob.
Okay.
I don't know about Hale Bob. What's a Hale Bob?
It's another
cult.
comment that came through.
Oh.
And there was some guys, like, he's like on TV just like, guys, there's a spaceship. And you have to kill yourself to get on board. And all these people were like, oh, genius. And they, they killed themselves. They got
Wow. That
Wow.
jeez,
Yeah.
people are stupid.
Dude.
What's interesting to me about Halley's Comet is I wonder how long it did take for us to realize that it was a pattern. Because if you think about it, 75 years, that's a lifespan, especially back then.
Especially
like
back
people lived so short lives. Wow.
Yeah.
Such short lives that
true.
it would take like you'd have to have an astronomer, and then the next generation, if he didn't like have the previous astronomer's notes, he
Yeah.
might not realize that this isn't the first time this has swung by. You know,
Yeah.
like seeing like the stars rotate over the course of a year, or like the moon, the lunar cycle, like all that makes sense.
You could
because
theoretically start from
because
scratch
it's
on
short.
that.
It's
every
short
year.
enough, yeah. But like Halley's Comet, I could imagine just slipping through the cracks.
That's true.
And then now we're like, oh my goodness, this has been happening. And maybe it's that whole model thing that now we've seen a pattern. We're like, oh, okay, so this just happens every 75
crazy.
years.
It's also great because Halley's Comet, I think it was Halley's Comet that appeared during, like, the whole thing with, like, William the Conqueror, and Harold
Oh,
the
yeah.
Saxon, and it showed up, and Harold the Saxon was like, oh, why am I even trying? like, I'm dead. you know?
We're screwed.
So it was like, oh.
Well,
you know.
I'm pretty sure it is one of those things that's like come around like during like oddly specific periods
Yeah.
where like conflicts are high and people are like the comet means you know, a new regime is coming up or whatever.
Dude,
So why did it come through in the 90s?
Well, 80s.
why? Because we were born.
Wait.
Is it the 90s?
So
You
the
said
next one's
90s.
2061. So back that up 75 years.
Why are
Math
you looking
lady.
at me?
You do the math.
That
It's 80.
1986?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the Cold War.
86.
See, there we go. But the Cold War's about to end. You know. Dude, was there a comet during the Iraq War?
When did we go to the moon? When did we land?
60.
Oh.
60s,
Oh, okay.
68.
Never
70s,
mind.
60s, 70s.
How
Before our
crazy. We're up on the moon like, whoa, there's a comet.
Look at that! A shooting star!
I is for.
I is like my favorite thing because I think it's so dumb. I is for international space law.
Oh.
Oh,
You guys,
okay.
like, what is this hubris? That, like, we little nations are, like, on Earth, and we're like, okay, Russia, you can go in space, and okay, China, you can go in, like, what authority do we have over space? Like, what is that? How come we're like, okay, our laws are going to extend to space? Like, what? Like, I mean, I don't believe in aliens. I think it's kind of silly, but what if there are aliens? They're for sure smarter than we are. They're like, oh, look at those little mice.
True, but what if
Look
you
at
got
them.
into a spaceship and you got like a little ways out of Earth's orbit and the captain was like, all right, everybody, we're in international waters. You're my slaves. You know, like oh my God. You know, like, what would happen then?
What happens if you have a baby in space?
Yeah, like, who's
Dude, you
citizen is
cannot
that, you know?
fly if you're that pregnant.
No, love. Just be up there for 9 months.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Get pregnant on the space station.
People totally dung it. Dung it?
Dung
Dang
it.
it.
Do you
Love,
know
see, now I'm trying to
what
put G's where there aren't
it
G's.
is? You are. It's
They've
funny.
they've totally done it in space.
Well, of
That's actually really
course.
interesting.
But the second you get
They've
pregnant,
sent
you're gonna
couples
come
like
back to
they've
Earth.
actually sent couples up there specifically for that.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
That is barbaric.
That is
No, that's not
appalling.
barbaric.
Women,
That's
don't
awesome.
let people use your uterus.
Or men don't want to
For
use their
science.
penises.
You've done
Okay.
it. You've done it. You brought up uterus. Well done.
It's always my goal. I did it.
Did you know there's a man? I think he's from Texas, and he actually sells moon acres. He says
What is wrong with people?
and
See,
people
this is what
and
I'm
people
talking
buy it,
about.
and you get a deed to an acre on the moon.
Why do you want that? You
But of
can't
course-
grow anything there.
Well, two things. One, this isn't law. This is not law abiding. I mean, like,
No,
there's
there's
like,
nothing real there.
We're going to like start to actually like inhabit the moon. People are gonna be like, "Oh, I own that bit," and they're gonna be like, "No, you don't. You got
Yeah.
scammed."
We should start selling deeds to land in Canada.
Here's a
and just
question.
see what happens.
Do you think if you scam a stupid person, is that okay?
No.
Because like, well, think about this though. You're selling moon acres.
Yeah.
People are stupid. Like,
Yeah. You still have a responsibility to
know.
behave ethically, regardless of other people's behavior.
Unless they're rich.
Then scam them all day.
Then I'll go
Scam-
to
They got
Elon
all-
Musk and be like, moon anchors, dude. We got this, bro. You know?
oh, now I'm just imagining the Green Acres reboot. Moon Acres is the place to be. You've got like he's got the pitchfork and the like 80s era like bubble helmet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're right. We shouldn't scam people.
So, I mean, but we don't even need to sell land in Canada because the Land Act of 1860 whatever is still in effect in North Dakota because nobody wants to live there. Literally, if you go to North Dakota and live on the land long enough, it legally belongs to you.
That's awesome.
Oh, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
No, you
I'm
have
out.
to be there for like 5 years.
There's
Yeah,
some amendment.
I'll find a way.
There's some amendment on the ballot for Georgia this
Yeah.
November about homesteading, a homesteading law.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
What?
There's something about like tax exemption or something. I was looking at the ballot today trying to figure out stuff.
Cool. Look at
But-
you, responsible citizen.
Trying to. J is for.
Jupiter.
Hey!
That's a good one.
Zeus.
It's a big one.
It
The
is.
biggest of all the planets, really.
It's got the giant red spot.
It's got a storm
The
on
big
it.
storm.
And it's got
So
tons of
cool.
storms on it, too.
Yeah.
Little ones, too.
And how many moons does it have?
26.
It's got like 40.
And what do they represent, Ian?
Each one's Greek gods.
No, they're all named after Zeus's lovers.
They are?
Because he's
Yeah.
a dog.
Yeah.
Damn.
He
Yeah.
is a pig.
Io. Actually, I don't know if Io.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
there's
one.
Yeah.
What's the frozen one? Is that Io?
I want to say Eros is one.
Ooh. I thought Eros was a dude. Well, actually, then
Eros-
again, no one's
Eros
I mean,
means love.
could be.
Eros means love.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. But yeah,
don't know.
Jupiter's a big one, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's freaking huge.
Isn't the big storm like the size of Earth?
It's like the
It's
size
something
of
like
four.
that.
It's like 4 Earths.
Four
It's so
Earths?
crazy.
See, that
I think-
type of scale, I can't even comprehend.
Well, whenever you see a scale of like the solar system and you see the Earth or the sun compared to everything, like everything's just tiny.
Itty bitty. Yeah.
Like
no, that's crazy.
they always like just crop the sun out where you can see like the slight curve of the sun compared to everything else, so that
yeah,
you can even see them. But
that's crazy.
what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, there was like a little.
It looked like a really creepy smile as you were trying to get that out.
The sun. You know, like, what's happening there?
What would you name a planet? If we found another planet, what would you name it?
Oh.
Ooh. Oh man. Probably Hillary. Boy, that's honor. That honors her. What's wrong with that? It's a great name.
Okay. All right. Laura, what would you?
Well, no, what would you name yours?
Oh, what would I name mine?
Yeah.
Well, see, I was just thinking I like need to know a little bit about like what color and all that jazz.
Aww. You can pick any color you want.
Okay. I want it to be green and splotchy,
Okay. With pink splotches.
pink splotches, and I'd call it Rosebud.
What? No, that's dumb.
No.
You're better than
Okay,
that.
I would name
I call
mine.
it guacamole.
That's worse.
Dude, what about water? I barely know her. That'd be a great name.
Oh, we could do the whole Bodie McBoatface. Just call it Planet McPlanet. Planet
No!
McPlanet.
Jesus.
No.
I wonder what's gonna happen, like when, we start colonizing space, and there's so many planets to name. Then eventually we're like, yeah, one's called Bill.
It's Bob.
Yeah, it's Bob.
Well, have you seen? Oh, what was the movie? Oh, Matt Damon was a voice. Titan AE.
What?
Have you seen this movie? It's an animated movie. Matt Damon voices the main character. Oh my goodness, this is a really good movie. We need to watch it sometime.
Whoa. Okay.
Sort of in the vein of Treasure Planet.
Visually.
visually.
that was a good movie too.
But
Disney
Titan AE
version?
is like this original story.
Classic.
It's a little rough, but
Rough meaning violent?
yes, actually.
Okay.
I think there's also some swearing.
What?
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
lord.
Is there flesh on people?
What?
Like sex scenes?
No. Flesh on people made.
I'm just thinking of that one movie that Zac Efron was in, and it was a Nicholas Sparks movie, and I saw so much of Zac Efron's back, and I was like, bro, put that away. You're like my baby brother. Like,
Ugh.
it was weird.
Well, this is animated. Have you looked it up?
I just
Oh,
looked
it's
it up.
Titan
animated.
AE.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's not flesh.
At the very end, though, they're talking about naming a planet, and they named the planet Bob.
No.
What?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark.
I
pretty
would
fun. It's
name
pretty fun.
mine Ezekiel Pendragon.
This is a name I want to name one of our children.
Ezekiel Pendragon?
Yeah,
Ezekiel
I
Pendragon
have-
Carman.
I have nixed that for our children. However, if we have a baby planet, even a dwarf planet,
Perhaps even a dog.
no,
Yeah.
I want to name. Well, I guess we can't have any cats anymore.
No, because they would kill me.
We do need a naming
right.
convention for our dogs.
Yeah.
But Ezekiel Pendragon, yeah, that's the move.
Yeah. My dad always wanted to name one of us Polyester.
What?
Yeah. Hey, like Polyester Butler.
This is Polyester.
No, my last name's Butler. But
This is Polyester and his younger brother Corduroy,
and then a mandolin.
and then their sister Saturn.
Mixed fabric. So,
K is for the Kuiper Belt.
Okay.
Kuiper Belt.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed
So I
it.
took
Sorry.
astronomy a few years ago.
You're
It's all
kind of a
fresh in my
professional.
mind.
It's the Kuiper Belt is beyond Neptune, so it's between.
yeah.
So there's the first 4 planets, and then there's the asteroid belt.
Because only stupid people don't know the order of the planets.
I
right?
said this very emphatically today, and Laura was like, I don't
I don't know the order of the planets.
You
I
don't?
mostly know it.
She
but-
does now.
Okay, what
Oh,
you
no,
already
no,
know.
you
did,
tell us.
you did.
What are the names of the planets and the order?
Okay,
From the sun.
it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, asteroid belt,
Nice.
Jupiter, Saturn. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Kuiper Belt, Pluto, and then there's another belt of just kind of garbage.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like professional.
That was really good.
Well
That's
done.
Astronomy, guys. I'm a
Well
genius.
done, bro.
Well done.
I did astronomy like 4 years ago.
I still, when we did it earlier, I wasn't sure about Uranus and Neptune, but I had to do the little rhyming thing. My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas. Each of the first letters stands for the first letter of...
Yeah, I don't think that's the acronym that I learned.
It's the one I learned.
Yeah.
And I just said, so it's fact now.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm missing the table so much.
Dude!
Because my legs are so long.
Just move the table.
And my
Do you
feet
need to
are really
rotate?
kind
Do you
of
need to
falling
rotate?
asleep.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
You know what I mean? My toes are out.
Good lord.
We're like some of the longest legged people all in the same place right now.
She's got longer legs than me, like,
Per
percentage-wise.
Oh,
per
yeah.
acre. So my legs are 1 inch
Proportionally,
shorter
that's
than
what I
his legs are.
Yeah.
But I am 5 inches shorter than he is. I just have a small torso.
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, the Kuiper Belt is just a bunch of asteroids and comets just whizzing around.
Hanging out.
Yeah. They're just like...
If you could ride something in space, what would you ride? No, not like that. Like,
oh, sorry.
Like,
yeah.
I don't get it. Yeah.
if you could be on like an asteroid and just like, woo, like on Halley's Comet and just like see all the places every 75 years. That'd be pretty cool, right?
It'd be interesting.
You could like, it would be scary and cold and lonely though because everything's so spread out. I think I'd like it for like 10 minutes and then I'd be really sad.
Well, could you imagine being in the asteroid belt, or I guess the Kuiper Belt too, where like I'm assuming
Everything's hitting each other
they
all the
just
time.
like ka-chunk, like
That's
just,
what I'm thinking
there's
of.
constant wreckage.
It would be so dangerous.
And then stuff like slowly just like falls out of it towards a planet and then just
Gets murdered.
gets fizzled into fire. But
Do you think that could be Pixar's next movie? Like all the like a bunch of asteroids are friends.
Allie, the asteroid.
And they're nope, that's too cheesy for Pixar. Pixar's classier than that.
Now DreamWorks.
Hey,
listening.
DreamWorks, there you go.
There you guys go. I know those. You know.
And they're like scared of getting destroyed and like they learn about themselves and about the universe and about asteroids.
And one of their buddies gets terraformed.
Obviously.
Gets mined.
Oh yeah.
They become like
This has got to be like one of their short films
That's what I'm saying.
about like wrecking the planet and stuff.
Or it could get like really dark halfway through.
no,
Like
for
a full
sure.
length where it's just suddenly just like a bunch of like Earth slave ships show up and are just like, all right, we're taking resources from this place, and they just destroy
It just
all
like
of it.
sticks the straw in and like sucks it dry. And it's like a little raisin in space.
Yeah.
Just
What?
It's pretty
Wait, that took a weird
That's what
turn.
I'm saying. Like it gets really dark.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Pixar's all about. Really dark movies.
L is for.
Oh, what is L for?
Come on, love.
There's one that I can't pronounce,
Okay.
but the other one is light years.
Okay.
I can
As in
pronounce
Buzz.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear.
that. Yes, nailed it.
That's pretty cool. Do you know how far away the closest star is other than our sun?
No.
5 light years.
4.
Oh, sorry.
4.6. So if
So
we're
that
rounding,
means
sure.
traveling at the speed of light, it takes 4.6 years to get
Yes. So
there. A year being 365 days.
yeah. Earth years.
Okay, how do you measure time out there, though? Don't you time travel if you travel faster than the speed of light?
I mean, if you're in a bad sci-fi
yes,
movie.
yes, you do. Because
Okay.
yeah,
That's what I thought.
because you are traveling faster than you are aging.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought.
Ian's processing.
Wait, what?
It's a lot, dude.
Because if
Bro.
you if you traveled 4 light years, okay, let's simplify it to 1. Okay, you travel 1 light year in 1 second. You've traveled a year in time
Yeah.
in a second, but also distance.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
So, okay. So what if you just take a big loop and it takes you 5 light years and you come back to Earth, but it only took you 5 minutes to do it? Are you older or younger than you ought to be?
Okay. Say that again.
So you travel 5 light years,
Okay.
just like in a big loop around space.
Okay.
You get back to Earth in 5 minutes.
So you have traveled 5 light years distance.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah. Are you 5 years older or are you 5 minutes older, but you've been 5 years farther?
That second one. You've only
What?
aged 5 minutes of Earth time.
What?
If it took 5
Wait,
Earth
wait,
minutes,
but
so you synchronize your watch with Earth. You
Yeah.
leave at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You come back at 10:05.
Yeah.
But you have traversed 5 years worth of time
I don't think that's how it works.
in distance, though.
Yeah, so he thinks like a light year is a distance measurement.
I'm pretty sure that would kill you.
Well, right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I can dream. But what about... No, but I've seen movies where, like, people traveled faster than the speed of light, and then they get back, and, like, they're still a little kid, and everybody else is an adult now.
That's because they didn't travel at light speed. They traveled at regular speed. So if you travel 1 light year at, like, regular speed...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know what speed you're going at for... Because it's how... Oh, yeah, because it's how long it takes light to travel 1 year. So if you go at... No, listen. If you go at the speed of light...
Yeah.
For a year...
Yeah.
And then come back...
Yeah.
You have traveled for a year.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'm just going to apologize to all the astrophysicists listening right now.
There's someone listening like...
Someone is just screaming at us.
We did... Okay, so this is a great... I'm going to jump topic. We once asked my dad, if you're in a car and the car is going at light speed and you turn on the headlights, what happens?
What did he say?
Does the light just go backwards through the car?
It just doesn't turn on.
Or, like, does it just, like, stay right in front of you, like, constantly? Like,
You can't see any
like, you're like, following the light, like, instantly?
You probably wouldn't be able to see anything in the distance.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It just wouldn't do any good. Like, the bulb itself is lit, but it's not spreading any light anywhere.
it's not proceeding in front of you.
It's not.
It's just
standing there.
on, which is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Now, if
So
you had
weird.
your rear view, your backlights on, and you were traveling, the
Oh,
speed
that
of
would
light,
leave a trail.
it would leave a trail. You would have just a trail of light happening.
Now, if you start hitting warp...
Actually, you
Star
know what?
Trek.
It would probably actually go double the distance.
What?
Because it's traveling at the speed of light, and you are moving at the speed of light. So it would, like, double up. Right?
No.
So, okay. No, imagine
No.
this. Imagine this. You have a flashlight, and it's pointed behind you,
Yeah.
and you run
Yeah.
in one direction. You are increasing that distance that
Yeah.
the light is traveling.
Yeah.
So
Are
if you're
you?
traveling perfectly at the speed of light, you would leave a trail. It would just leave a trail.
Yes, just one trail.
Okay. You're right. Okay. I had to reason it out. Sorry.
I'm proud of you.
Okay, but back to the original question. So if you travel... Okay, so the whole aging thing.
Anderson, I don't think we're gonna get this.
No, we
today.
are. Okay, hang on. So the whole aging thing...
Ian is falling asleep.
No, the whole aging thing. Because
Yeah.
when people, like, go up to the International Space Station...
Yeah.
And then they're there for 9 months, in
Yeah.
quotations. And then they come back and it's been, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
That's because... What?
Wait. Okay. Because the problem here is that... So, gravity slows down time itself. Okay? Gravity in and of itself messes with time. That's why in Interstellar,
Yeah.
when they go down to the planet that has a supermassive, like,
Black hole,
gravitational
yeah.
pull,
Gravitational pull.
then time goes slow. Because it just is so strong, they go, and then, it does all that. With what you're talking about is how do you measure time?
Exactly.
And it's
That's
about,
what I'm getting at.
And
Yeah.
it's about rotations of the Earth.
Yeah.
Okay? So, if you, on the space station, you rotate the Earth, I think every 90 minutes. Right? Like, you go around the Earth once every 90 minutes. Is that a day?
No.
No. Because 24 hours is a day.
Yeah. So if
Oh.
you have a watch on your
yeah.
wrist,
Yeah.
and then it's synced with someone's watch on Earth, if you go up and you come back down, like, later, I don't know if those watches are going to be synced anymore. I don't think
They're
they
not
will
going to be synced
They're
because
not.
of gravity. Because the gravitational pull on the space station is weaker. But this change is like split seconds. Like, it's measurable, but it's tiny. The whole thing with traveling light speed, what you have is, unless you go by a black hole, which is very possible. Well, actually, I don't know.
Let's take that out.
Yeah, okay. So, you're going to go a distance, a light year,
Yes, 1 light year.
okay? And, well, I mean, like, dude, you could go to, like, the end of the solar system going at light speed, come back, and I don't think there would be a change in time at all.
No, but it's still, because
You know.
light speed,
Yeah.
it still takes a year to travel 1 light year.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So if you traveled a light year and then came back, that's 2 years. And on Earth, 2 years would have gone by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's your measurement
Yeah.
is Earth time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh.
So wait, all that to say,
Holy crap. But
Space is a scary, dangerous
if you
place.
so the closest star, Alpha Centauri, the
Yeah.
one that's 4 light years away.
Okay.
I did a thing on it once. We're seeing it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like if
'Cause
it
took
if it
like
like
that
if it
long.
like black holed or whatever, we
Right
wouldn't
now.
know for 4 years, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it
Kind of
is.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. M is
What
4.
you got?
M is 4.
Oh, M? Let's take a look at my list. So what, dude? We got some good ones, dude. We got Mass, which is
Whoa.
interesting. Mars, Mercury, meteor shower.
Have you ever seen a meteor shower?
I've tried and failed
Okay.
many times.
Bummer.
Actually.
Have you ever seen the Milky Way?
No, I haven't either.
Oh, I've
That's
seen
why I'm
both.
trying to go to Alaska.
You suck.
When did you see the Milky Way?
Oh, have you done this cool thing? Oh,
I was
that's
at
interesting.
no, I genuinely. This was not a scenario.
Have you studied abroad?
This.
Oh.
Yeah. What's her name?
No. When I was at the Grand Canyon with my family, there's no artificial light. So you look up and you just see the Milky Way. Like, that's all that you can see. And then you're just seeing shooting stars all night. And those are generally meteors. They're not actually shooting stars. Halley's Comet. Yeet.
I'm gonna dump this water.
Oh, no.
Make it stop. Make it end the suffering.
Yeah. So, have you ever seen the Milky Way?
No.
Well, we should go. We should go together.
To the Milky Way?
Yes.
No.
That's where we're going.
I don't like space.
Anderson will not go to space,
will never
even
go
if
to
all of our
space.
children moved to space and the Earth were about to be
yeah.
destroyed. Anderson will be like, no.
You're gonna be like the main guy in Blade Runner. Like there's all these off-world colonies, and you're just kind of like.
I'm like, no, I will be on Earth till it burns.
I will
But see,
murder
here's the
replicants.
thing. Like, I didn't ask him this question before we got married.
Yeah.
So now, even if our children leave Earth, I've got to stay with him. Like,
Or you just dump them and leave. Okay, don't do that. No,
yeah,
I'm not gonna
that's how
agree with
marriage
that.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so, like, that's a lesson to you kids. If you're not married, ask these important questions. Ian, you should be asking these questions of all the...
First
all the ladies you
date.
date.
Are you willing to go to space with me?
If
Is
our
it
children
okay
go.
if I send you to space? Let me rephrase that.
We're going to space tomorrow.
You are by yourself. Okay.
Goodbye!
Well, we kind of already talked about this, but N is for Neptune,
Okay.
also known as the god of the ocean,
Yes.
Poseidon.
Yes.
Uh,
Now, Neptune, what type of a planet is that? Like, what...
Oh, Saturn's the gas planet, which
Yes.
I've always thought was hilarious.
That's such...
Cause it's yellow too. It's a collection of farts in sky.
I bet it smells delicious.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, if you look at a lot of these gas, because Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, funnily enough, one could even say, and Neptune are all gas planets,
They really are,
and they're mostly composed of, they're not mostly composed of methane, but I think there's a lot of methane on all.
Yeah.
Of them.
See, Saturn's the ridiculous one to me because you actually can't land on Saturn.
You can't land on Jupiter
There's-
either,
Just go
dude.
straight through.
No, Jupiter has a surface.
It does?
Yeah.
I don't think it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
Jupiter
Oh, my Lord.
Jupiter has diamond rains.
Oh, my
what?
Lord.
Yeah, it rains
Unbelievable.
diamonds.
Anderson,
On
Carman,
Jupiter.
go get me some.
What?
Dude.
Well,
It's
because
like
it
being
would rip.
Buckhead,
It was.
you know?
It would.
Not that I live in Atlanta or anything, but if I did,
It would
you know.
rip a spaceship apart.
With diamonds.
You can catch one, you know.
You just have to hover above with a basket, and just be like, "We're gonna collect these diamonds."
Diamond fishing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, but it would take you like years and years to get out there.
Yes.
Oh,
Love.
I'm not willing to sacrifice that for diamonds.
But
You
there's-
can just buy me all the diamonds.
Dude, but maybe there could be like a potential sci-fi movie about like a diamond farmer, or like the first person to start diamond like fishing in Jupiter, and he just destroys the diamond market because he's like, oh, millions of diamonds, you know, and then like
I've
you have
had-
tanks built out of diamonds.
I've had this sci-fi story I've wanted to do for a while, where like the Earth is actually like in a rock sphere, like the top, like there's a top to the sky,
Yeah.
and all
okay.
of the stars are just jewels in the sky. And so there are these people that just go up and like carve them out, but of course it's taking away the beauty of the night sky. So then they have to go and stop the
But then they
pirates.
get to wear it on their finger, right?
Yeah.
Worth
So,
it. So it pays
taking
out.
away that beauty so you can wear it.
Dude, there's a great conspiracy that the Nazis dug to the center of the earth and they found dinosaurs down there, and they're just like a whole.
I've seen
What?
that. Have you seen the trailer for the movie?
What?
I have to show you this trailer for
Oh,
this
no,
movie.
this is a conspiracy
No.
theory.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're talking
No,
about conspiracy theory?
no, what's
What
the
are we
movie
talking
called?
about? Land of the Lost.
Iron. Iron something.
Giant?
No, Iron Sky. Iron Sky. Because the first this is like Iron Sky 3.
Oh.
Iron
What?
Sky 1, it's these awesome B movies. Iron Sky 1 is that the Nazis made a colony on the moon. And this is like now 2020 and they're coming down to reclaim Earth.
But, like, why do we think that the Nazis were that smart?
That's pretty smart.
Yeah,
In scientific ways. I'm not political opinions. I do not agree with them at all.
But here's the thing. When you're cutting off so much of your population,
Yeah.
you're not going to be as smart as people who don't discriminate against people.
No, it's true. Like, they were I'm having trouble here. Diminutively smart. They were evil smart. Like, they were making, like, gas and, like, like, all of those human experiments took them down a really terrible rabbit hole of... it's hard to say that that's smart because it's so
like, it
evil.
is, because you're figuring out how something works, even if it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But you're still...
Well, because smart is amoral as a word. Like, it doesn't... it's not positive or negative. It's just...
Unless you're stupid, that's negative.
But you can be smart or stupid and noble.
No, for sure.
You can be stupid and noble.
For sure.
Yeah, that's me.
No,
I don't know about the noble part.
Okay. O is for...
Outer space.
Oh, come on! I've got a better one than that.
What do you have?
Cloud?
The only constellation that I know. Orion.
Orion, okay.
Orion.
Okay.
Orion's belt. It's got Rigel, Betelgeuse.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Someone sucks. You can't name
And
a
I think
star
the other one is named
Beetlejuice.
Orion. Or it's Alpha Centauri, actually. Oh, it's Alpha Centauri.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's Orion's belt.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, how's that
Fact.
feel?
Heard it here first. Orion's belt. Yeah, it's the only... I think it's a fall constellation. Something like that.
No, it's around like all the time. You can always see Orion.
No.
I saw this
No.
summer, dude.
Dude,
Nope.
I can see it all the time.
No, you can't.
Literally right
I
now.
can see it, yeah.
Well, because
We
it's
can go
out
see it.
right now. You can't see it in the spring, though. I know that.
I can see it in the spring.
No, you can't. Because it's under us. It's under the Earth.
That's not true.
Based off the rotate.
I'm just gonna lean down and just look down under the earth.
Did you ever get... So this was like one of the first like apps on the iPad when they put that out.
Yes.
But, like, where you could like look at the sky and like you could look...
the stars.
You could look down and see what are the constellations under
Yeah.
you.
My friend has that.
It was
on
really
his
cool.
phone. It's pretty sweet.
Actually, it's actually a really cool
pretty
thing.
cool.
But that was like one of those like first ones when developers were just getting their hands on stuff.
Yeah. Pretty cool for nerds.
P is for...
Pulsar. No, I'm kidding. No, it's for Pluto.
Okay, planet or not.
Pluto.
Well, just a few different perspectives on, Is it a body orbiting the sun?
Can you look up the definition of a planet real quick?
What does that mean? It's like, maybe it is, maybe it's
I mean,
not.
like, it kind of does, but it's also orbiting other things.
I just love
What?
that we named it after a dog.
It, like, kind of goes in this weird, like, figure eight. It, like, has... It's
Does?
not...
I
Like,
thought it was
not-
just an
No,
oval. I thought it was just an
figure eight.
oval.
It's an oval, but it overlaps with Neptune's orbit.
But is it like
maybe
a
that's what it
twisted
is.
oval? Is it like that?
There's something wonky about it.
Like that's like it's...
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I
Yeah.
don't know. Some wonky going on.
Well, because that's the other thing about the model of our solar system is, like, we usually put everything out, like, on the same plane.
But it's actually like...
yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a planet?
Okay. A planet is a celestial body moving in an elliptical orbit around the sun. Of course, that's according to
Wait.
the internet.
Like, specifically elliptical?
Yeah, they have to be elliptical or else it wouldn't work.
Because like
I thought that they were all, like, circular.
if you,
No.
sun.
That was a big deal.
Oh my
Bro!
Oh,
Sorry.
Bro, this is like 1700s debate.
come on, bro.
Sorry, Galileo.
So here's what had happened. So after,
What had happened?
Galileo rocked the world by being like, hold up, we ain't the center of the world.
Yeet!
Yeah, then all the people were like, that's chill, but we all have round orbits. And then who was it who discovered the elliptical orbit?
Kepler? Maybe?
Maybe. And it was mostly because of Mars and the way that Mars would show up in the night sky that we figured out that it was elliptical orbits. But it was a big debate because people were like, well, God created the heavens and the earth. He must have made it in a perfect circle because God's perfect, blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, no, that's not, no. They were like, maybe God just made it in an ellipse.
Because it works.
And then, I mean, after, like, excommunicating a few people, after, like, a generation or two, they were like, that's chill.
I'll tell you what, the whole excommunication of, like, some of these early scientists is...
It's kind of rough. It's pretty hardcore, though.
It's very hardcore.
But yeah, Mars is most of the reason that that they figured out that the sun is the center of the universe. Well, of our solar system.
Interesting.
Because it does this weird, like, Z in the sky, where it seems to go backwards because it's closer to the sun than we are.
Oh, okay.
I drew it out one time. I don't remember it, though. But it's a cool thing.
So are we going to be really pretentious when we have our kids make models of solar systems? And they have... Laura just did this slow blink that was so condescending.
I didn't even mean to!
The blink took like 5 seconds. Like,
I was just so bored by the idea of teaching space to my children.
well, that's...
No, I never took astronomy until college.
I know this really good science curriculum that we can use that has an astronomy book, so... It's the company I work for. Yeah.
I mean, if I have to.
Anyways, P is for...
We just
Pluto.
Oh, dang it. I just didn't write it down. That's my bad.
This guy, Ian, be glad
Did you see when we took the high-res picture of it recently? Hey, what'd you say? When we took the high-res picture of Pluto recently and people, like, saw the image of Pluto, like, in the craters?
What?
Look it up, look it up.
Yeah, no,
It's
I think
so
I've
good.
seen some of
Because,
those.
like, I mean, it's this whole thing of, like, making, you know, the mind sees what it wants to see. But it was so perfect. They, like, put his face on there. On the subject of Pluto, why is Pluto a dog and Goofy's a dog? Like, there's something happening in that hierarchy
mean?
complex. Like, one of them is a dog and the other one's a person, but he's still a dog.
Oh, because Pluto's actually on all fours,
Yeah.
and Goofy, like, talks to people and stuff.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Oh my lord, look at that. You see the eyes? They're actually on the planet. Pluto, the dog, can, like, totally be seen on Pluto, the dwarf planet. Dude, that's from The Verge.
Someone
Thanks
actually
for
said
beautiful-
that?
Dude, no, that's an
Wait.
article
Oh,
title.
that was a
Like,
quote?
That's an
Totally
article
be
title.
seen.
That's
Dude, that's how you know they've been reading too much BuzzFeed.
Wow.
Sorry, BuzzFeed, but you know.
I expect that of Babylon Bee or...
The Onion,
yeah.
not The
That's-
Verge.
I was trying to think about the onion.
It really does look like Pluto. I could see it.
Q is for quasar.
Oh!
So a quasar is a remote celestial object.
Dude.
So that's what Pluto was.
Remote
for a little
controlled?
Yes.
bit. What?
That's what it is.
Huh?
What's it? What?
Never mind.
Quasar.
Huh? But I... Wait. Hold up.
Quasar? I barely know her.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I just love that word. I know there's got to be like a movie or a video game named after that. It sounds very familiar, Quasar.
Sounds like Qui-Gon Jinn.
I think it was a power-up in the pinball game that came installed on Windows XP.
Okay.
Dude,
You're
that
right.
game was...
Dude.
That was the best. The time I spent.
Oh,
playing that game.
My dad got to like 116 million on it one time. Because he would just
What?
like, he'd come home from work. I'd be like, how are you? He's like, shh. And
I'm pinballing.
like, I would just watch him play, just like, Ian, you're distracting me.
But sometimes you just couldn't do anything about it. There was that one spot that it would go. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
couldn't.
Oh, my lord.
I've
yeah.
always wanted to play an actual pinball machine. We should go to that arcade bar again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just
Joystick?
Yeah, you
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it joystick?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
called joystick.
We should go.
Not that we
sometime.
live in Atlanta where joystick is, but listen.
But
We
meet
should,
us there
we
on
should, we should
Thursday.
get a group together and go.
I'd be down.
Dude,
I'd
that'd
love
be
to do
super
that.
fun.
I'd
Oh,
love
dude, we
to
need
do
to do
that.
that when you do karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
love
Okay,
for
we
sure.
went to the karaoke bar the other day, and
It
it
was
was
the
hot
worst.
garbage.
Oh,
Like
where was it?
literally, they brought
was
us
a
into
sketchy,
they brought us
sketchy
into the
place.
room, and there's like the karaoke like setup, and then they're like, "All right, here's your screen. Just look up stuff on YouTube." Because they're
Literally,
karaoke.
they were like, look it up with the word karaoke behind it, and we're just on YouTube. I was like,
I was like,
Did
we
you
could have
just-
done
Are you
this at
serious?
our apartment. Like, what?
we basically paid for microphones
You guys should have.
and
You guys
expensive drinks.
probably should have just put on Vine compilations and then just imitated those.
Oh yeah, I mean,
That would've been
Oh,
great.
that's true. That's true.
Delightful.
But-
There's a place in Virginia Highlands where there's like a full band and they know how to play like a specific list of songs.
What?
that's awesome.
Me and Joy and some of like her friends went there one time. I was
What?
like, dude, this place is pretty lit.
That sounds
That
amazing.
sounds amazing.
We need to do that.
Dude, let's do that like every day.
I think it's on Saturday nights.
Oh, great. Let's do it.
R is for.
Oh. Relativity.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah. Einstein.
nice.
yeah.
All that Einstein. That's an upstanding German you don't think about. Or hear about.
German?
Wait.
He came to America, but he's
Yeah.
of German heritage.
But I thought he was
I think
Jewish.
Everyone.
Well,
Is
yeah,
it-
that too.
Okay. I mean, I know he can be both. Sorry. But
He's not a
like,
real German.
I'm like-
He's Jewish. What are you trying to say?
I was like,
What books have
Einstein.
you been reading?
Einstein bagels. He's Jewish.
Gotta be Jewish.
Well, no. Okay.
It was the Stein that gave it away.
Oh, yeah. Hammering them
Glug,
back.
glug.
I just think it's kind of a shame that a whole people group kind of gets discounted because of a bad apple.
Jews?
No, Hitler.
Nah,
Hitler.
okay. Hitler? He
Hitler.
wasn't Jewish.
So do you think anybody ever gets
Nobody is
named
German.
Adolf
Oh,
anymore?
yeah.
Do you think, like,
Dude, like, maybe a big German does.
I imagine it's...
Because, like, no, but I'm saying, like,
imagine
if
it's
a
like a
dude
common-
named John did a really bad
Exactly.
thing,
You're
you
still
still
gonna-
name people
Yeah.
John.
So, like, I mean, I'm totally going to name one of my kids Robert E. Lee Butler.
Dude, I mean,
Anything wrong with that? No?
Kevin Spacey Carman, like...
Oh!
Joseph Stalin. I like it, you know?
Oh, man.
I'm not going to do that, by the
Well,
way.
because, like, okay,
No.
Joseph Stalin's a good example.
Yeah.
Joseph hasn't been ruined. Like, that name
Yeah, no,
hasn't
people
been wrecked.
can still say
Stalin kind of has. Like, you can't, like...
Oh, my ancestors were named Stalin.
Are you serious?
Oh, my
Yeah,
Lord.
That's
so
great.
my great grandmother or whatever, her name was Aline Stubblefield.
That's a cool name.
She
Oh.
married someone whose last name was Stalin.
Alan
Nope, it was
Stubblefield
Stallman.
Stalin?
It was Stallman.
Okay,
Anyways,
well.
but she kind of giggled about her new initials. She was like, "Well, I couldn't be Aline Stubblefield Stallman." We're like,
Oh,
"Old ladies
ass.
don't know bad words." I don't understand.
She's like, tee-hee, would you like a cup of tea?
For real though.
It's like if I like name my son Jefferson, it's like, okay, that's a stupid name. Sorry, Jeffersons who are listening, but you know, like it's not offensive. If I
Yeah.
name my son Jefferson Davis,
That's not great.
a little
Not
less than
great.
ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
But
like,
nobody knows his middle name's Davis most of the time, so you're probably
Jeff
chill.
D. Butler. You know,
You know, it just occurred to me that you need to have a kid named Alfred Pennyworth.
Butler.
Why?
Is
Well,
that
because
for-
Alfred Pennyworth is Batman's butler.
Oh my lord.
Like,
Oh.
Someone would inflict the name Alfred on a child. Be like,
Alfie?
I'm sorry. It's
hey,
a meme.
Alfie!
It's a meme, my
There are
child.
no children
you know.
named Alfred. I don't know
Alfie.
how they become adults. Although, my father's named Harold, and he always
Harold.
went by Harold. I'm sorry, a
pretty
precious...
bold.
You're not like, look at this precious baby, Harold. Like, what is that?
When I think of Harold, I think of like Vikings, like murdering people.
Oh,
which is
100%.
dope.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No, Harold has, like, mutton chops.
Harold is a king
Harold-
of England,
no, yeah.
straight
He's,
up.
like, proper...
Dude,
Harold
Harold's-
Bluetooth, bodyguard to the Byzantine Emperor, and then invader of England. Though he did fail to another Harold, though. Maybe that who then lost
The
to William.
irony.
So yeah,
Or
William was
Harold and the
better.
Purple Crayon. That works too.
Cute little baby child.
Dude, did you read those books?
No.
They were trippy as. I wonder what it would be like to like read one of those books when you're on something. I don't know.
I have a funny story to tell you about that later. It's completely...
When
it's-
Ian's
it's-
not here.
You,
I
you can get access to that conversation on the Patreon. No.
Oh yes.
Okay, S is for...
S is for satellite.
Okay.
Cool. Satellites are just like plaguing outer space right now. I feel like
Yeah, dude, they are.
it like makes that's what makes me think of Wall-E. Wall-E, my not favorite movie ever.
It's beautiful art.
That movie was
I
terrible.
love it. No, that scene in the beginning where like they either zoom in or zoom out like through all the satellites, and you're like, whoa,
Too real.
it's just covered.
Don't
But you know
remember it.
what? That wouldn't happen.
Why?
Space is big. Okay.
Yeah.
Space is
The
real
satellites
big.
have to be so close.
So here's the thing, though. The problem is dead satellites.
Yeah.
So what you have to
for
do
sure.
is start like shooting dead satellites. Someone like sending a guy to go punch them,
Just target practice.
and then they would just span out infinitely. But then like you're
Yeah.
gonna just mess up the rest of space.
No, you're not, because it's
No.
gonna get close and just get burnt up.
It'll get pulled into a black hole or something somewhere. It'll just join the asteroid belt.
You know
with
what
all
though?
its
It's
friends.
it's gonna be that Rube Goldberg machine. We shoot a satellite and it like hits a planet, which like runs into a wormhole.
Like
and
1,000
then-
years later,
and
it
then everything just
destroys us.
sucks in. Like we're like, oh, it's because we shot the Amazon satellite.
Or it'll like shoot into like another dimension. It'll be like some Klingon, empire just like, oh, perfect.
Come back.
Da-da-da, and then they'll come back to us.
Sputnik, was that the first one?
I think so.
I think that was the first satellite.
Ski.
Can you
Beep,
imagine? I was thinking about this earlier.
So it's not my hey, when you teach history, you have to do it this way. My history professor was like, so hey, when was Sputnik?
58.
Okay. My history professor was like,
Maybe.
so it was the 50s, it was a good time, everybody's cookie cuttered in their houses with their white picket fences, blah, 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 they're hanging out outside. And in 1958, if you listened very closely, if you looked up at the sky, you could hear a very faint beep ski, beep ski. That's how I remember that Sputnik was from the Russians.
What?
Yeah!
That's terrifying.
That's
And a little weird.
That's retarded.
Is that whatever? Kind of changed my life. Sorry about it.
That's not.
I have seen satellites in the night sky. They're actually not that hard to see. Because they just look... Like, you can generally see them on any night.
That's kind of a bummer.
Because it looks like... So a plane will be flashing.
Yeah.
A shooting star you'll only see for like a second. But
Yeah.
if you just see like a light moving like steadily across the sky, that's a satellite.
Huh.
They're pretty common to see. Yeah.
I was talking to somebody recently. She's a flight attendant, and so she has an app on her phone. And you're like, we were talking about like, the app where you can like look at the beautiful night sky and see the stars. She's like, I can do that with airplanes. And so like you can like look at an airplane like that is KLM 5883. It's en route to where I was like, what? I'm like, if you're on a date with someone just like in the field, just like, you want to know what that plane is and where it's going? Yeah, it's just like, what the?
It's got half a tank. It won't make it.
Like it's
You like get all the stats on the plane. You're like,
But what if we had that 9/11? What if somebody had like been like, wait a second, this plane is
this is the second podcast in a row that 9/11 has come up.
Oh really? I didn't know that. My bad.
Starting to see a pattern here.
I'm just saying, like, what if like somebody had called it out? Like, could we have done something?
Well, it's the
think
whole
that-
weird thing. Like when people saw like the plane coming in, it was like, that seems weird.
yeah,
But
no,
like
that's
the
true.
thought hadn't entered their... Like now I think we would be much more aware. Like somebody would have...
Yeah.
Like now I think we could actually be alerted to that because it's happened. But it's
Yeah.
so far out of the realm of possibility that a plane would run into a building.
Yeah,
that
would
I-
kill
I
themselves
literally
to kill
don't-
other people.
Yeah, well, I just literally don't think anybody saw it coming. Like it's kind of cliche to use that phrase, but...
Well, it's also like I think air traffic control weren't just like, what's this guy doing? Like I think that they kind of knew something was wrong. And like if you're on the streets of New York and you see a plane flying towards a building, you're gonna be like, let me get my RPG. I'm gonna shoot it. Like what are you gonna do? Like
Yeah.
call the police.
And there's we don't give credit, but there's a ton of planes in the sky. So,
There are.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
That's
fair.
true.
That's fair.
there's more planes than eyes on those monitors to see them. But
Yeah.
I imagine now they've got to have like certain like spaces where like an alarm goes off if like it enters like a metropolitan
Yeah.
space.
Oh, they do.
You know?
Where my dad grew up, they had that because
Oh, you did tell me about this. Yeah.
yeah. So he grew up. What's it called? That town in Tennessee that was secret where they developed the atomic bomb. You know what I'm talking about?
I can't
Chattanooga?
remember. No,
No,
I'm trying to.
I always forget the name of
Ah.
it. In this town, the average education was a master's degree. Which, like, when you think about the fact that there were women and children. Women are not allowed to be educated, apparently.
No, it's true.
No, but when you think about the fact that, like, there were children there and the average education was a master's degree, like, that blows my mind.
So it's definitely not Chattanooga. Or really,
So-
any town in Tennessee I've ever been.
Yeah.
So, Dad said, I tried to ask him about it one time, because I'd, like, read about it on Wikipedia. Wikipedia was like, it was a secret town, blah, 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 like, all this stuff. I was like, whoa. I was like, Dad, so, like, what was it like? He was like, I mean, it was normal, like... Well, except that, like, whenever you saw a plane flying over, you knew that they were about to send the fighter jets after it, so we would watch and, like, make fun. I was like, where did you grow up?
Yeah, this plane would come in and then...
And then they'd see these planes following it to, like, chase it out of the air.
They'd be like, you're in restricted airspace, turn back now or we shoot you.
Yeah, no, for
5,
real.
So
4, and they're like, oh god!
it's so cool.
Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, so...
Tennessee, terrible place.
T is for twinkle.
Okay.
Twinkle little star, now I wonder why.
Now I wonder...
How I
You're
wonder.
so
How I
close
wonder.
on lyrics and then you mess it up.
Okay, so what I realized is I wonder if people actually know that our theme song is not Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and it is actually the alphabet
Oh, I
song.
for sure did not know the first time I heard it.
Because they're the same tune.
Yes, they are.
But the fact that it's sped up so that it's not like a super long intro song, it
Mm-hmm.
sounds a little bit more like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But it's the same tune for the alphabet song and for Twinkle Twinkle
Is
Little
this
Star.
just you explaining this so that the listeners will know
Yeah.
from now on?
I do
Much
really
like
want them to
J.K.
know.
Rowling did in the 4th book of Harry Potter so that people would stop calling Hermione Hermione?
I always thought the theme song was Blah Blah Black Sheep. Like, realistically, that's always...
Did she do that?
Oh, 100%.
I forgot about that.
So, in the 4th book, Hermione starts dating Victor Crumb. Victor Crumb forever. And, no, he's kind of a douchebag.
Yes,
But...
agreed.
He's like, he doesn't speak English well or whatever, so he's
I
saying
do
her
remember
name
this.
wrong, so she says it phonetically in the book as Hermione explaining it to Victor Crumb.
Instead
and like
of
J.K. Rowling was
Hermione?
like, yeah, that was just me trying to get people to stop calling her Hermione.
Hermione.
Yep, nailed it.
Yeah. Ron Weasley.
What is that mysterious ticking sound?
U is for...
Uranus.
Who's?
Thanks.
Okay.
Who named that? Like...
Well, it's...
There's Greek people, so they were probably,
Is that the one that all the moons are named after Shakespeare characters?
What?
Because that one's not a Greek god,
It's your
right?
letter. You're supposed to do the research.
Wait, no, so Uranus.
Look it up.
Oh, no. Wait, actually, what is Uranus named after?
See?
Oh, wait, I thought, because there was a Greek god of plenty, or like a Titan. No. There was like a Titan, I think, named Uranus.
So Neptune... No, Uranus is, he's the daddy. It's the...
It is?
Yeah, it's Zeus's dad. Cronus.
Cronus?
Yeah.
It's the...
Oh,
What's
what?
up? I'm just going to type in
It's-
2 words,
it's
your anus, and I'm going to see what I get.
you
to
are a
English.
noose.
Oh, it is
What?
an ice giant. Friends, just...
Ice giant?
Yeah.
What?
That's what it says.
That sounds like Norse mythology.
Well, no, I mean... the planet is an ice giant.
Oh. Dang, that's kind of... It's just covered in frozen water.
It's just ice.
Well, no, so it's
not water, though.
Water! Sorry. But it's like, so that's why I think of it as a gas giant, because it's frozen gas.
What?
Yeah. Or not frozen gas, but it's like, well, actually,
Hey,
never mind. It's
no.
not fucking
Ice
now.
is only water.
Yeah.
Yep,
No.
nailed it.
Yes.
Wait, is it made out of... Wait.
Ice can be anything.
No.
Anderson's being
No.
stupid.
No. Then it's
Whoa.
not ice.
Wait, no,
Ice.
yeah.
Ice is a word reserved for water.
What is something else that's frozen, then?
It's just frozen that.
What's dry ice?
So is the father of Kronos. It's the grandfather of Zeus.
What's his name?
Uranus.
But what's his other name? Because that's like his Greek name.
No, so Uranus is...
What's his Greek name? Because Uranus is his Roman name.
I think it's like...
No.
It's like O-E-U.
Because Jupiter is the Roman name for Zeus. So Uranus must be the Roman name for somebody, and I'm pretty sure it's Cronus.
Saturn is Cronus.
Oh, Saturn is Cronus. Okay. So what's Uranus?
Uranus.
It's a good question.
Ugh.
We're only left to wonder. Wait.
Sunara. That's it backwards. Sunara.
Nailed it.
I'm pretty sure it has a little...
Yes, it
What?
is the one that all the moons are named after Shakespeare. Ha!
So
I
what
remembered
are some of
something.
the moons?
Titania, Miranda, Oberon, Ariel.
That's a cool name.
Oberon?
I like
Oberon, yeah.
Hey,
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Tyro.
Hey, can we...
Cordelia, Francisco.
I like Cordelia. It's
Nope.
a bit pretentious, but
Can't
I
do
like
it.
It's a great way to make them, like, be born a grandmother.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Well, no, you can't do it because of Anne of Green Gables,
Which I haven't read.
which
so.
you don't know anything about, and it breaks my heart.
I'm a man!
Doesn't matter.
I read good books. I read, like,
No, I
James
have to
Joyce
throw in a
and-
classic, like, Logan voice break in there. I'm a man!
His voice really does break all the time.
Yes.
Desdemona, Portia.
Desdemona?
You can't name a kid Desdemona, though. Cressida, Ophelia.
Oh, Cressida?
I don't think you can name your kid Portia unless you speak Spanish.
Well,
like a prerequisite.
except for what's her name? Portia.
Well, I mean, these days.
I mean,
V is for...
It's my turn.
Yeah. Bro.
Venus.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Low hanging
The-
fruit, you fools.
The planet of love.
And that is not a gas planet. It's
No.
second from the sun. And I think, pound for pound, it is the hottest planet
it is.
in the solar system.
Not
true.
Mercury? Really?
Yeah, because
No,
here's the
Mercury
thing.
has no atmosphere.
So what happens with...
Like, not as much as Venus.
Because what Venus does is it's like an ultimate greenhouse effect.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like Dick Cheney's dream, dude. It's great. Okay, sorry, it's a political joke. Sorry to all my Republican listeners. I feel like I have to bounce it out, you know what I mean? Because what happens is that the atmosphere is so thick that like all the light gets in and it just can't leave. And like all the heat
Oh,
gets in.
dang.
It
It's
can't
like
leave.
so much
Yeah.
carbon
It's like-
dioxide.
Yeah, something like that. And so what happens is actually I think the Russians sent a drone there.
And it just, like, melted?
It lasted I think about like an hour or something.
That's so awesome.
And then it just died. Like
And then it
it's
just
That's
got
so
crazy,
hardcore.
Because it's just so hot. You know?
Dang.
So you go
Wow.
from that, and then you have Mars on one end, and Mars is terrible. Like, Mars goes from, like, the high is, like, 60 degrees, and the low is, like, negative 250.
Yeah, like, the inhabitable bit is, like, that like, the edge of...
The edge of the
daylight,
shadow,
Yeah.
but it's like so minuscule. I think it's like 100 yards across or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's just this time. It's this space that's constantly moving. That's actually.
Did you guys see The Martian?
I didn't see.
movie.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Pretty good. Kind of stressful.
There's the
Another
one...
ode to potatoes, which I'm all about.
Oh, that's
Very
true.
Irish in that way.
I mean, you know.
That movie really like his world falls apart like that.
Yeah.
I remember when it like everything starts to fall apart. I was like, oh whoa, they just did that. Like,
At least it wasn't like as stressful as that other movie we watched the other day at Joy's place.
oh,
there's a-
King
sunshine,
Lear?
sunshine,
Yeah.
sunshine.
Bill and
There was
Ted's.
like a fire in the greenhouse and all this.
Ooh.
I really
That's
like
crazy.
sunshine, but it stressed you out. Okay,
It was very stressful.
W is for waning and waxing of the moon.
Waning and waxing.
Shh. She's making fun of my voice. My pronunciation of
Why does it matter?
things.
Why does the waning and the waxing of the moon matter?
It's, what? What?
I'm
What do you
just
mean? What?
saying,
That's
like-
not. That question doesn't make any sense. Why does it matter?
Yeah, why do we track that? Why
Matter?
does it matter?
I barely know. Okay, all right. So wait,
It's just terms.
Why do we
it's
track
just
that?
you know what it is. You
I
don't
know
have
what
a
it
cho-
is.
so
you
that
don't
we
have a
know
choice.
when women are on their period.
Is that why it's important?
That's why.
It's good to know.
No, we sync up with each other, not with the moon, Anderson.
Oh, which is an evil.
The
feature.
moon.
No, and that's a real thing.
It is a
moon.
real
Like,
thing.
it sounds fake. It's not
Dude,
fake.
Chick-fil-A. Not that I used to work at Chick-fil-A, but
That would just be
there
way
was a
too
restaurant that sold chicken in Georgia, and let me tell you, it wasn't
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's. It wasn't Zaxby's. And everyone, all the girls, just somehow it happened.
That's
It's
what
like,
happens
I
when you
would,
spend
like-
too much time together.
So I
That's
would just
so
show
weird
up
to
to
me.
work sometimes, just like.
What's the male equivalent?
no.
What's the male equivalent? to that?
There's not one.
No, there's not.
No, there's not.
Like, that's how you know when you've been spending too much time with your friends.
Yeah.
Literally, like, you don't have anything like that where you're like, man, my hair's starting to get curly because your hair is curly. I don't know what guys are doing.
I will say, me and Jack have synced up our humor so much that like we're pretty much the same person.
I've started talking like you and Jack.
No, that's
bad.
true.
I've just started making
and-
goblin noises.
Well, what's the phrase that you say all the time that I've
Delicious.
taken on?
No,
I
not
should
that
start
one.
saying that.
There
Start
was
a
something. It was like a mannerism.
It might have just been I go like.
I was like, Anderson, you gotta stop.
I did make a face the other day, and Dave was like, "That was an Ian face." I was like, "Oh no, oh no, that's it." It's the yes, and like rolling back in the eyes.
No, I was talking to somebody at the party last night, and she was like, "Dude, you and Jack, you're just the same person.
Oh yeah.
He's just like a short version of you." I was like,
Well,
okay.
you guys are like the quintessential
nice.
comic duo. Like you're the tall, skinny one. He's the like shorter,
Like,
stout,
built
stout one.
ripped
Like
one, yeah.
He's so ripped.
like
yeah.
like. Perfect. X is for
Planet X.
since we didn't talk about Waning and waxing.
Xenu,
Sure.
Planet
The-
X.
inner. Oh, okay. No.
What were you saying?
Xenu is the space emperor in Scientology.
Oh. Tell
Oh,
us
let's
more.
talk about
Tell
this.
us more.
I don't know a lot, and I don't want to get sued by the Church of Scientology because they are.
They're the only
You guys'
people you're
legal
scared of.
team, y'all are pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys have Tom Cruise representing you in
We
court.
found someone that Ian's scared of.
Yeah, I'm scared
Wow.
of Scientology, dude. Catholics, I can deal with that cult. Nah, I'm kidding. I love our Catholic listeners. But no, they're saying about like 60 million years ago, Xenu like had a space empire, and he like had to
What?
leave
That's
or
cool.
something, and he's coming back.
Did you see Jupiter ascending or rising? Something.
No,
The Wachowskis thing.
no,
It's that same thing. I'm pretty sure it was a Scientology, like
it's like
fanfic.
it's like the Moses movie with not Hugh Hefner. What was the guy?
Planet of the Apes. Costner.
No, no.
I'm just picturing Hugh Hefner, like, with a giant staff parting the Red Sea,
giant
while all these scantily
staff?
clad women, like, walk across.
He like never leaves Egypt because he's like, there's so many beautiful women. Wait, who
That's a much different movie.
was the guy? No, who was the guy? He's in Ben-Hur.
Oh, I know.
I can't think of
Charlton
any-
Heston.
Charles.
Oh,
Yes, dude, Charlton.
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 Is it Carlton
Let's
or
do
Charlton?
that.
Is Charleston.
No.
Charleston
No,
Heston.
no.
It's Charlton Heston.
What?
Or is it Carlton?
Carlton.
Carlton?
Charlton. I don't
If it's
know.
Carlton, I've been saying it wrong my
Charlton-
whole
if it's
life.
Heston?
Charlatan Heston. I'm gonna be really happy.
Maybe it's just Chuck. Chuck Heston.
Charles Heston. I'm gonna be super angry.
Who's gonna find it first? Who's gonna? Have you ever played the Wikipedia game?
Yes, I hate that game.
What?
Because Daniel is so good at it.
It is Charlton. Ha!
Charlton Heston.
Kind of a made-up name, but he's also very, very old. So
Yes.
Is he
I
still
feel
good
like he
looking?
gets a pass.
Still look good?
Is he still alive?
No, he died in 2008 in Beverly Hills, dude.
Dude, he's ancient. He would be.
Dude, he was in a Planet of the Apes movie, though.
Dude,
was
we're
in
in
several.
1923.
There we go. But, what were we talking about?
Oh, he is John Charles Carter.
Oh.
That was his
Heston
name.
isn't even in there?
Nah.
What would your stage name be?
Oh, probably like Starla Danger. It's like a straight up porn star name.
That's what I was like,
Yeah.
are you a stripper?
You know,
Starla Danger.
I would go on
picturing-
like a talk show and be like, "This is, well, you know."
I'm just picturing like a strip club with all these ladies pole dancing, and then they're like, and now Starla Danger, and you just come out with like this inappropriate look on your face, and everybody's like, boo!
So what's up with the weather, guy? You know,
Come out to do a comedy set, like...
man, airplanes. What's up with those? You know, see what happens.
You like take off your top, and everybody's like,
Please stop.
he's just a guy. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because they couldn't tell by just looking at me.
Well, I mean,
Starla Danger? I barely know her.
Danger! I just met her.
Yeah.
what would your stage name be? Yeah.
My stage name?
Xenu?
I have a pretty good stage name. Anderson Carman. It's cool.
Okay.
Could do, Maxwell. Maxwell
No.
Maxwell Whitmore was like my go-to name because
No.
it's MW, so you've got like some you can
Pick a different MW.
Maurice,
Okay, too French. Nope.
Matthew McConaughey.
No.
Marlon Brando. Screw it. I love Marlon Brando. Anyway.
Marlon Winchester.
Barlin Mando.
Nailed it. That's your stage name.
Barlin
now.
Mando. Y is for.
I just did X.
Y is for.
Oh, wait. Yuletide. Yellow Dwarf.
Yellow Dwarf.
That's what the sun is.
Oh, that's what ours is?
I think it is.
What?
I think
Oh,
it is.
Ours
just
is
a
a
small sun?
What
Yeah,
are all the
oh,
sizes?
yeah.
What are all the sizes? Can you look it up?
Oh.
I want to know.
Yeah,
I wanna know.
it's like...
I
So
actually
the,
really want to
so,
know. I know there's a red dwarf, and I know there's a blue giant.
Okay, let's look up.
We just... but there's no, like, orange regular.
Is there a pink one?
There might be, like, it looks visually pink, but I don't think
It
that
needs to be
there's, like...
named pink.
Rose gold.
Rose gold. The rose gold sun.
Yes. That's where all the white girls live.
Their pearl earrings, the rose gold rings.
You gotta love it, like, those old sci-fi novels where they come to the planet of cat women. Where they're all just down, just DTF. And you're
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Nice. Hugh
Like, what is
Hefner's
wrong
planet.
with you people? Well, that's what I feel like a lot of Game of Thrones is. Like, reading that book, I was like, women don't do this when they're alone together. What are you doing, bro? Like,
They don't?
No.
there's a lot in that book that does not happen.
Men are pigs, but women, they're graceful.
We're civilized.
Actually,
know
that's
about
true. Men are conquerors. Women actually build civilization.
Yeah, we do.
We just have to. We just conquer and make space for it, and then we go.
Yeah. All those bridges built by women.
But the walls built by men.
Yeah, okay. Women didn't build the bridges either, dude.
Oh,
They stayed at home and
No,
just
but
made men.
but then we made the bridges habitable.
They put the railings up and made the guidelines for all
We
the
like made
yeah,
a
yeah. They
design
made it
for the
boring,
bridge.
you know.
We told the men to make a bridge
Oh,
because they were content to just swim across the English Channel.
That's true. Yeah.
Idiots.
Is there a bridge across the English Channel? I don't think there is.
I
a
don't think so.
channel
There's a
underneath
channel
it.
under.
Channel. What are you?
No, that's what
it's
it's
called.
called.
Why is it called a channel?
'Cause it goes across the
English
channel.
are really weird and their slang is whack. Like they'll say things.
Jordy.
Yeah, dude, Jordy.
What do you mean, Mom?
What do you mean, mother? Dude, did you meet Charlotte last night? It was Jordy, and like the way she talks. Oh, and then she says stuff like you know, what? I'm like.
We met some guy like out at the front of your party last night, and
He was outside a good bit of the time.
but he was British, and it kind of threw me because I just
Oh,
wasn't
Martin.
I just wasn't.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
Martin,
Martin.
yeah.
I just wasn't expecting it. So
Yeah.
he just started real proper, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
By
cool,
proper, do you just mean British?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. There's like hood English accents. So
Of
like
course there is.
London. So like
Yeah.
at the party, like Alice and Maddie speak like posh.
What were they dressed as?
Okay, one was a pumpkin. The other one was just a generic dead person.
Okay.
You know? And they
Nice.
they speak like posh BBC
Oh, you mean the Halloween
English.
party that was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Not recently.
Not
The one
last
that was,
night.
No.
Of course
Sorry,
not.
Excuse me. So they're like posh English, and then you have like Charlotte on the other hand, that's just like what, you know, where you gone? You know, just like madness, like makes no.
Well, I barely know.
You know, and they just sound like they're choking all the time. Like it's
good.
It's unbelievable.
What'd you find about stars or
Okay.
suns?
I
Whatever.
found an image that I cannot find. Okay, so, wait. So okay, I think the bigger they are,
The harder
bluer
they fall.
You know, the bigger they are, the bluer they are. Maybe that would be
It's terrible.
Wait, is this true?
Is
and
it
then,
true?
And then they're older and they don't burn as hot
So if they're bigger, they're not as hot?
because they're dying.
Oh.
So they get super big and then they collapse into black holes.
Well, that's no fun.
So
That's-
faint, virtually dead stars. Oh wait.
That's kind of women do. I mean,
I beg your pardon. Oh, wait.
that's what it makes me think of.
What?
I feel like this is all a big metaphor.
And so then, yeah, the sun is a yellow dwarf, and you know it's pretty lit.
I heard. Okay.
Oh wait, okay. So if it's blue, the bluer it is, the colder it is,
Okay.
and then
That's helpful. That actually
the
makes sense.
redder it is.
Hotter.
it
So we're like
is.
in the middle with a yellow dwarf.
Yeah, so if that's like the picture.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's actually pretty useful.
That is actually pretty cool.
Whoa, that's cool.
So we're
Doesn't look like there's any pink ones left.
so we're pretty small, and you know we're like warm. You know,
But we're not like hot.
we're not. Yeah, no. We're not like you know.
We're like a 6.
Yeah, exactly. We're not Natalie Dormer. You know. Or anything. You know.
Z is for the Zodiac.
Okay. What's
Killer.
your...
Oh, Ted Cruz? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Zodiac. What'd you ask?
Nothing. Go for it.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. Is this astrology? I think this is astrology, right?
Dude, we could have done astrology as the first one. Do you guys know anyone who's really into astrology?
I know a couple people.
I try not to
I
hang out
don't.
with them.
Yeah,
I get
same.
really annoyed.
I'll come in again. If in my first conversation with someone, they ask the question, "What's your sign?" I know we're not going to be friends.
Yeah.
We're not going to be friends.
Yeah. Or like we're gonna be friends in like a
if you are
weird way.
basing, if
You
you
know?
are like, now if you come to me and you're like, "What's your Myers-Briggs?" Still a little like,
I'm gonna judge you.
I'm like, why are you starting with this? But also, that's fair.
Yeah.
But Zodiac, don't come at me with Zodiac.
For me with like Zodiac, it's like if someone asks that on your first hangout, it probably means that she's like a dumb sorority girl who's probably pretty hot. So I'm like, I have to tolerate this. You know, as in like I have one friend who's just like, like let me put in like she had like asked for like the time I was born, like my star
What?
charts and everything, and she was like, dude, I got a detail. And like the synopsis she gave me of my personality was just false. Just
Of
like,
course,
like,
yeah.
dude, you're introverted, you're quiet. You play it by the rules. I was like, what? Like, you're crazy.
You clearly don't know me.
We've hung out for months. You know? Like, what's wrong with you?
All of this false.
Yeah, just wrong. Are we contradicting things?
Well, the
You know?
only reason I know my sign is because people have asked me to the
Yeah.
point that they want to know so bad that they're like, okay, what's your birthday? What's your birthday? I gotta know. And then they
What is
get
your
it.
What-
sign?
yeah.
Aries.
What-
The god of war.
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, that's off.
Well, I mean, in my family, there are 2 sets of twins. So I just don't accept the concept that my twin and I are the same and my brothers are the same as each other because their birthday is the same.
Who's born first? Because the timing is the.
I'm 5 minutes older.
Dude, that can make a huge
Obvi.
difference.
Obvi. That's why I'm like have my life together.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like so mature.
Well,
Dude.
I don't
Dude.
know that.
Whatever.
I like took a shower today.
I had to clean up
true.
some puke out of my shower, but I did too. That was a good experience.
Gross.
That is
My son's
And on
Virgo.
that note, now we know our space ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Amen.
Amen.
Space!
I'm about to do the Star Trek thing. I was like, I don't remember the Star Trek theme. Oh no.
Space, the final frontier.
What's up, pod fam? As you shall now be known. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you spending some of your time with us. If you enjoyed it, leave a review. Rate us. Do all that kind of stuff. Even if you didn't. Actually, I wouldn't do that. If you didn't like it, don't leave a review. It's less than ideal. Anyway,
constructive criticism.
Well,
5 stars.
5 stars. That's all we're asking for. But yeah, so thanks for listening. Thanks for spending some time with us. You can find us pretty much anywhere that there are podcasts at the ABC Pod. That's what you're going to need to look for. You can find us on YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, perhaps even SoundCloud. Almost certainly it's SoundCloud. And then you can find us on Instagram, on the gram at the ABC Pod as well. So give us a follow there. Give us a like there. Recommend us to your friends, your family, etc. Well, we'll talk to you next time. You know what I mean?
If you're interested in more episodes, show notes, and other oddities, visit our website, theabcpod.blogspot.com, and follow us on social media at theabcpod. Theme song by Mr. Putney and Seamus the Sheep. If you'd like to send us a complaint, topic idea, or just anything else, shoot us an email, theabcpod@gmail.com.